Adding rows and accesses to add and change. You already know that in order to edit a field, we double-click on it. If this field is allowed for the user's role on edit, the editing will open. Some fields are open for editing in the window. If the field is locked, no matter how it is locked, you will see this message, blocked. You can also edit the field as follows. Right-click and select Edit. The field will be open for editing. But if we click a locked field, there is no Edit button in the right-click context panel. The first global setting that a table must have for a user to be able to edit any field, and it is access to that table for changes. For example, we have here, we go to the table settings, we go here. Here they are, roles to change. We have creator and role 1 here. I created technical role 1 and assigned it to user 1. And there is a read role 2 and I assigned it to user 2. Reading and changing are about different things. When you assign a role to change, reading is involved. That is, you don't need to assign a person a role to read and a role to change. The role to change always overrides the role to read. What does it look like for the user? User 1 has the ability to change the field. This way we can switch between users quickly. User 1 can open the fields to change, while user 2 is read only for this table, and any field he will try to change will be locked here. Let's go back into the admin. The next setting, which is responsible for editing the field, so that it's like this already created line can be opened for editing. It refers to the field settings. We go to the field settings, and here there should be a check mark, editable in web, and if there are no other settings, for example, no restriction on roles to edit, then all the roles in this table that have changes available will be able to modify this field in the already created row. I'm getting out of here. Here is the created row. It can change. If this checkbox is not checked, for example, as here, here the field is locked to all. Here editable in web is off, and the field cannot be edited. But there are not only created rows, but also new adding rows. If you want to be available to click on the Add button, you must have adding rows checked in the table settings. There is a restriction here that only the creator can add rows. If we want everyone to be able to add rows, we need to remove all roles from here. It will be written here that all roles can adding. But we have a creator here. This means that if we switch to user 1, he has the table allowed to edit, but is not allowed to add rows. The same is true for deletions. For example, here there is row deletion and duplication. To do this, there are two corresponding settings in the table settings: deletion and roles on deletion and duplication. And there are roles for duplication. Okay, the creator has the ability to add a line. And what we can see here, we can see that this field here, it is locked. But you can edit it, because another field setting is responsible for changes in the adding row. We go this way. And here is the setting, editing when editing in web. And here the role is selected. Only role 1 is allowed to edit in the add row. If we disable this, then changing this field when adding becomes available to all other roles. A rather popular combination where adding is allowed, but editing is only allowed to specific roles, or no one at all. For example, this is used in money tables, where you record money transactions. In this case, so that it cannot be quietly changed or backdated, then allowed to add and edit when you add, and then edit is forbidden. The last setting I wanted to tell you about is visibility. For example, Here is a setting that role 2 cannot see this field. We have an I indication that says that only the creator and role 1 can see it. If we switch to user 2, which has role 2, we do not see this field. And he does not see it hard, it is not passed to his browser, he cannot know of its existence in any way. How is this done here? In the field settings there is a parameter visible for roles. If it is enabled and there are selected roles here, then this field will be passed to the browser only for those roles that are specified here. These are the basic settings for accessing tables and fields. There is also the possibility to block hard and not hard editing with codes. But we will talk about this in the next parts of this tutorial. That's all. On to the next video.